This is Christine.
Hello.
Who is a Yorkshire lass,
Yeah.
and a real fun-loving woman. And how long have we been here in this cafe then, Christine?
Here, I've only been here 12 months.
Right. How's it going?
COVID, thank you very much, but it's not doing too badly.
Right. Yes,
So, yeah.
I was going to say that would be a thing. I mean, I explained to you what I'm doing. I'm walking from Leeds to Liverpool, and I called here this morning, and I disappeared very quickly because there was a bus due any second.
Yeah.
And so I said I'd come back, and so I have come back. And so, I mean, what makes your cafe any different to any other then? I mean, is it doing well?
I'm probably the only cafe like this in this area.
Yes.
So if you want to come in and you want a spam in batter sandwich or black pudding and scrambled egg, you can have that. If
yes.
we've got it, you ask, we make it.
Yes.
Many other cafes you go in and they'll say, we haven't got it on the menu.
Yes.
If you've got it on a breakfast plate, you can adapt it to anything else.
Yes.
And we've had some lovely concoctions.
Yes, I bet you have.
Yes.
I bet you have. But just, I mean, I know you're on the high street, and that's why we've come indoors. Otherwise, we'd be talking outside. But there is quite a lot of traffic going past. And I haven't. When I say I haven't sort of studied this, I've only been. This is the first time I've been here. But you know, you've got a bit of passing trade and all that kind, and you've obviously building up a reputation for yourself. And that's
Sometimes a bit bad, but there you go.
Well, yes.
I do this, I'm a Yorkshire lass, I say it's how it is.
yeah, that's well, yeah.
You know, the problem here is, like with a lot of towns, the council are taking away the parking. So it makes it difficult for businesses to continue because there's no parking available, like here, passing trade.
Yes.
So unless they ring in to collect an order, they're having to sneak on WO lines.
Yes.
And I've had a parking ticket, thank you very much.
Right.
But yeah, we don't do too badly.
Right.
So we're open 7 days a week.
Yes.
We have the canal just a few yards away.
Yes.
Canal barges come up, mooring. We're the first place to see.
Yes.
And we do traditional breakfast.
Yes.
However you want it, adapt it how you want.
Excellent.
And again, we're open to walkers, cyclists, dogs.
Yes.
Children get a little bit twitchy with kids.
I know,
you know.
yeah.
Got a few myself.
Yeah.
But other than that, anybody's welcome.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, as I told you before, I can't guarantee this, but I mean, people watch this. I mean, and there's not that many people I've met doing the full extent, the 127 miles, but you do get a lot of casual walkers.
Yeah.
And anybody will tell you, you know, you walk from here, well, the next stop is the Marquis of Granby at Riddleston. There's nothing in between to get a cup of tea.
Yeah.
And so when people come here thinking, well, have a cup of tea, I hope to point them in the right direction, because you're a smashing woman, we have a bit of a laugh, and if, as you say, if you're flexible and your prices look good and all the rest of it, and the tea was absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
And I'm an avid tea drinker, so I know a good one and a bad one.
Yeah.
But I wish you every success.
Thank you.
Christine.
And teas, we have a big selection of teas, from Earl Grey, loose leaf. We've even got the cold water tea,
Really?
the fruit ones, but walkers.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't particularly fancy it myself, but there we go.
Yeah.
Coffees, several coffees, amaretto coffee, cafetiere.
Yeah.
Machine, unfortunately, is broken down, so we're having to do it all traditionally, which
Yes.
is the cafetiere, hot milk, and then
Yeah.
mix it up that way.
Yeah, well, that's great.
Food, you have to wait for it to be cooked because we don't cook it and reheat.
Yes.
Except for the occasional quiches we make here.
Yes.
And if you want it hot, we'll reheat it.
Yes.
Or it goes on a salad or whatever.
Yes.
Everything else, sausages, you want a sausage, we'll tell you. It can take 4 minutes for a sausage sandwich because we cut it down the middle, open it up.
Yes.
If it's a sausage and chips, it will take you 8 minutes.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's cooked properly.
Yeah. Well, that's a very interesting point. As long as the food is good and it's well prepared and everything, you'll do well.
And
Now,
it's local. The sausages come from our local butcher here.
Yes.
When he's not open, I've got a lovely butcher on my travels in. Again, he's a family butcher. 100%, skins, natural skins, good sausages, good size. I only stick to little little
Right.
businesses
Yeah,
where
yeah,
possible.
yeah. Good idea.
You know, we're all in this together.
Well,
We
you
have
learn as you
to.
go on. I mean, it's
Yeah.
difficult times at the moment,
Yeah.
isn't it? Now, are
It
you
is.
actually from Hebden Bridge then? Or?
No, I come from here.
Oh, right.
Originally. I was born in Keighley.
Yes.
I grew up here in Silsden, or Cobbydale, as we call them.
Yeah.
And then I moved out of here when I got married years ago.
Right.
So I now live in Hebden Bridge.
Yes.
And when my cafe, I had another cafe in Lancashire, which unfortunately the floor collapsed.
Oh.
This place happened to come up because the other one was a porter cabin.
Right.
This place came up, and there isn't another cafe like this, unless you want wine and cake
Yes.
and pretentious.
Yes.
This is a classic greasy spoon, and
Yeah.
that is what we call ourselves.
Well, that's
Yeah.
interesting. That's
Yeah,
very
we are.
interesting.
All the staff, they've all got their certificates up there.
Yeah.
I've got the COVID-19 one.
Yeah.
And we go out of our way to, like, you've got the allergy awareness training there, we've got the mental health.
Yes.
We have the safe tables for people if they've got depression, whatever. They can come in and they can find sanctuary in here
Yeah.
during lockdown, during
Yeah.
COVID, whatever.
That's
As
brilliant.
long as they follow the guidelines,
Yes.
there's no problem.
That's brilliant.
So,
That's a really good approach to it. I've never thought of it, anything like that. I mean, okay, so I drop in for a cup of tea. I like my fry up in the morning. I'm a
Yeah.
walker. I like to have about 1,500 calories before I set off on a walk.
yeah, you need them.
Well, yeah, of course you do.
Yeah.
And I was only talking to another guy earlier on about this. And if I have a good breakfast, I rarely eat anything else.
Yeah.
I've got a beer fridge in my van, and I have a couple of beers on the night, which is calories.
Yeah.
But that's how I've done this whole walk around Britain.
Yeah.
I've done that on the same thing. There's no end of me tucking into a big breakfast first thing in the morning, and people saying, how do you manage to walk on that? Well, it's simple. It's calories in, calories out.
Exactly, and our breakfast, again, you've got small breakfast, $4.95, and with that you get one egg, cooked
Yeah.
however you want it, poached,
Yeah.
scrambled, fried.
Yeah.
You get your one bacon, one sausage, hash brown, baked beans,
Yeah.
one toast or bread and butter or fried bread, whichever you want,
Yeah.
cup of tea or coffee, or a cold drink.
Yeah.
The large breakfast is only 55 pence dearer,
Yeah.
and that's got 2 eggs, 2 bacon, 2 sausage, 2 toast, and people think, I'll get that because it's only 55 pence dearer.
Yeah.
But when it's on that plate, the amount of people who realise they can't eat it, it's
Yeah.
too much.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to be here tomorrow morning, and I'm going
That's right.
to park my van in exactly the same place as it is now, and I'm going to walk from here to Skipton,
Yeah.
and I'll just get a bus back when I've finished. So
Yeah.
what time do you open?
We open around about 10 o'clock, traffic permitting, because we have a long trek to get here due to roadworks, the closure of
Right.
Oxnard
Okay.
Road.
Well, so as long as I know
What
that,
about 10 o'clock,
I was
10:30?
thinking about 11 o'clock
Oh.
midday, because it's not going to take me long to walk into Skipton anyway. The only problem you get in doing it that way around is that you've got to get a bus back after you've
Yeah.
walked.
Yeah.
But it's quite easy to get from Skipton to here, isn't it?
Oh, it is. Yeah, reasonably.
I don't have to go to Keighley again and change, do I?
You should be able to, if you're going on a bus, you could always walk down to the railway station and catch a train into Skipton.
Now that's a good idea.
And then back again. So you
That's
could do that.
because the train comes through Silsden.
Just about, a mile down the road, if you walk down towards Skipton,
yes.
just after the Air Valley bypass, there's a railway station.
Ah,
And it
right.
will take you into Bradford Foster Square, or it will take you into Skipton and beyond. So
Right.
you should be able to catch it that way.
Lovely.
Or carry on walking to Skipton, and you should catch a bus from there.
Yeah.
And again, it's a 1.5 mile walk.
Right.
It's a lovely road.
Half an hour, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Very nice to meet you, Christine. It's
You too.
been an absolute pleasure.
You too. It's been a lot of fun.
We had
Walker
a
Wise.
laugh, haven't we?
Walker Wise.
So you can see in the distance there is the boatyard where I started the walk, and already I bumped into a very like-minded kind of character, and his name is Alan. And you're just out today, Alan. You was just telling me a minute ago that you're having problems with your knees, and what's caused that then?
It's a combination, but basically I used to be on a drill display lot.
Yes.
The Queen's Colour Squadron did shows, Albert Hall, Earls Court.
Yes.
We did the Cenotaph, all November time. All over the world, went to America,
Fabulous.
Portugal, Guards of Honour for visiting dignitaries.
Yes.
But mainly it was practice, drill.
Drill.
Tarmac, and banging
and that's
the
what's
knees
done
in.
it. That's what's done
And
it.
I think it's just wear and tear.
Well, yes.
Wear and tear.
Well, I was just saying, I've just walked around the coast, and I'm finding after I had a 6-month break when I left John O'Groats last September,
Yeah.
and then immediately after that was the lockdown. So there was a 3.5 months of that. So I hadn't walked seriously for 9.5 months, and I'm finding it difficult. And it's just I'm just getting to grips with it now, where.
Yeah.
There's no pain in my knees now, and because obviously I'm walking again, and it's getting better by the day, and
Yeah.
I'm getting back to my fitness, if you understand what I mean. But we were saying could it be a cartilage problem? But they don't deal with cartilages anymore. It's something that I went to see the doctor about it, and he said, "Nope, we don't do it. You'll just have to walk it off."
Yeah,
you know, and it seems strange, like I'm 72 now, where if I don't walk, my knee seize up. That's basically what happens.
I'm 73 and I can tell you exactly the same.
Yes.
I daren't stop in the house for a day.
Yeah, you've
Look,
got to be careful, haven't you?
About 3.5, 4 years ago, I woke up during the middle of the night.
Yes.
Basically, old man thing wanted to go to the toilet, and what had happened, I'd scratched one of my varicose veins.
Oh, God.
And I was literally, if I hadn't woke up, it was a bleed to death job.
Really?
And I was a long time then, I got my legs done up. And they tried to get me to walk with a stick, and I wouldn't do it.
No.
And I've just determined to walk.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to do 6, 7, 8 mile a day.
Yeah. Well, that's good.
Somewhere in that region
Yeah.
now. And I've built up to it, and this is 6.5 mile, this one I'm doing today.
Yes.
And I'm
That
feeling
might
good.
be just about. Oh, well, that's good.
I'm feeling good.
No, well, that's because you're looking good, Nick.
I
Alan.
prefer it on the flat.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, that's
But,
why I'm doing this, because it's
yeah.
flat.
Yeah,
It's the
cannot
hills
walk.
going. It's not so much the hills going up; it's the hills going down that are my
yeah,
problem.
yeah.
And it's just a case of getting used to it again. And I'll be, I'll be okay. I'm confident
Yeah,
about that.
yeah.
But this walk now, 127 miles, under normal circumstances, I could do that in 10 days, like
Right.
12.5 miles a day.
Yeah.
But I'm only doing 4 and 5 miles at the moment until I feel confident to do it quicker.
Yeah.
I mean, no rush.
Yeah.
I can't go to Scotland,
Yeah.
not while Nicola Sturgeon's running the show. I can't anyway. But it's been lovely meeting you, Alan. You say you've got
I've enjoyed
Newcastle connections.
What, sorry?
Newcastle connections.
Yeah, well, that's my dad's side. My mum's side's all round here.
Yes.
Going back in time, my granddad was a village tailor, which was virtually like Lord of the Manor in them days.
Really?
Yeah, he was regarded. I still remember having a block of wood and it's steaming the trousers and then banging the crease in.
The
yeah,
old-fashioned
it's,
way. I can remember. Well, I can't remember. I can remember my grandma doing that, but not my mother. But
Yeah. Well, my granddad did it as a tailor. He was,
lovely.
But yeah, my dad was in the forces.
Yeah.
Served in Tobruk during the war.
Right.
Me, I was in the forces. I managed to do Singapore, Cyprus,
Yeah.
Israel, Malta,
Yeah.
quite a few places.
You've been around, mate, haven't
Yeah,
you? You've done.
yeah.
You've certainly done some adventure. That's
Yeah.
that's
And
brilliant,
To
mate.
settle back here is unbelievable. I
Yeah.
can't believe I settled back here.
Yes,
I
it's
was-
funny, isn't it?
But anyway,
Well, just keep on walking, keep on
gonna do,
moving,
yeah.
and look after yourself.
don't move. There's a bike behind.
Okay. Right. Where are they?
He's just coming now.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay.
Right. Okay.
Okay. Nice to meet you. Okay. Cheers now. Good morning. It's Tuesday the 4th of August and here I am having left Silsden heading for Skipton, which I estimate to be maybe 5, 6 or maybe 7 miles, something like that. But I've got the confidence now to actually tattle a slightly bigger distance because my knees are standing up very nicely. Each day they're getting better. The pains are going away, and that kind of feeling, I don't know how many of you played football and you had cartilage problems. Well, I seem to have that kind of feeling in my left knee. My right knee's perfect, but I don't know whether it was playing football for many years and all those kind of things, and the wear and tear of the last 2 years when I've walked like 4,300 miles. And I think the main reason is that I'm sleeping in a really nice warm sleeping bag, but it doesn't allow me to spread my legs out, and I don't particularly like sleeping on my back, so I usually sleep on my right hand side so that my leg gets a little bit of protection. But even when my knees rub together in a fairly tight space, really, the sleeping bag, that's when it hurts. And you know, during the night I get the odd pain, but that's going away as well now, so I'm feeling more and more confident and I'm enjoying it more and more because it's a pleasure to walk now instead of a struggle to walk. The weather today is not good. Originally, over the weekend, the BBC predicted that it was going to rain on Tuesday and Wednesday, but today we've got a bit of a wet start by the looks of it, but it seems to be passing over. The clouds seem to be lifting, and looking immediately ahead of me I can actually see a bit of unbroken cloud, and I won't say sunshine, but it's much brighter. The fact that it's the north probably suggests that, but the drizzly sort of rain has more or less ended now, and the temperature's gone up quite a lot in the last few minutes, which is all a very nice sign. As you saw, I stopped this morning for some breakfast at Christine's Cafe in Silsden. What a lovely woman. She could talk the leg of her hind donkey. She's a lot more talkative than me, but what a lovely woman, and very thoughtful. Beautiful breakfast. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I'm going to call and see her again one day, you know, in the not too distant future. She was such a really nice woman, and we had some great talks. And you've seen the interview that I did with her last night, which was actually 9 minutes long, which I've edited down, but you can see that she's a genuinely nice person. We seem to have quite a stream of narrowboats this morning, of all shapes and sizes, and here's one with a family on board by the looks of it, and this is from Skipton Hire, and they call it Bill, and I know this one. You're managing now. That's beautiful, that's it. Keep the tiller like that, then it'll bring you out. That's it, straighten up now and you're away. They're a bit of a faff, aren't they? The chains and the locks. Sometimes they can be really awkward and difficult. It can it take more time to do that, you know, than actually open the swing bridge. You know, and it's is this your first experience of this?
Yes, on here, yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Are you enjoying it?
Yeah, it's different, it's good fun.
Yeah, it is good fun. Yeah, it's fabulous. I've done it once or twice, but it's lovely. I hope the sun's going to come out, and I think it will.
Yeah, it might break through in the afternoon. Hopefully,
yeah. It's going to be nicer later in the week. It's going to chuck it down tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't actually lock that one. It's got no thread on it.
Oh. Probably why they've taken it off.
Difficult, aren't they?
It's a bit heavy, that.
Yeah.
Lovely. See you later.
Okay, have a nice day. Have a nice day. Nice to see people from Hull down here anyway, that's good.
Take care, have a good day.
Thank you.
Right. We'll go to the back then.
Go on then, skipper. Get your troll nets out. It's 1:30 now, and my little gamble whether to actually do this walk today, because of what looked like being a miserable wet day, turned out to be the right decision to come for a walk. And yeah, it was a bit drizzly and a bit cold early on, and I'm well wrapped up, but it's turned out quite nice now. You can feel it warming up by the minute, it's brightening up, the path's nice and dry, and I'm thoroughly enjoying it. It's a good walk, and I'm only maybe about 3 miles from Skipton now. Well, there's all sorts of things going on here, Nick. We've got boats to the right of us and trucks to the left. So what are you doing here?
Well, actually, I'd taken my car to be serviced down the road at Kildwick, and it was taking me sort of a few hours. Rather than wait there where they couldn't put me up and give me a cup of coffee, I decided to walk to Skipton and back.
Well, that's a good idea.
Well, it keeps you fit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously you live nearby. Are you a regular on the canal then?
This is the first time I've been to this. Well, actually, I've been on the boat once, but this is the first time I've done this walk. I live in Ilkley.
You live in Ilkley?
Just over the hill there.
Yes.
And I thought, it looks a nice enough walk, and plenty of wildlife and interest to see.
Yes. And there are, as you say, there are things to see all the time. I was dreading the idea of walking the Leeds Liverpool initially, because I was thinking, well, Leeds, and I'm not being too disrespectful, I thought, I've never really liked Leeds because I'm from Hull, and there's always been a bit of rivalry between the two. But it was a pleasant surprise, because once you got to Kirkstall Abbey and beyond there, it was just like this. It was just like being out in the countryside.
It should be a lovely walk.
Yes. Yeah. It has been. I mean, today started a bit dismal.
Dismal and raining, but that's Yorkshire for you.
There's big clouds behind you, but they say that tomorrow's going to be a bad day.
Yep.
So you want to be inside in your car, go for a drive.
Go for a drive. No.
Well, it's just a short hello, Eddie, but thank you
Nick.
very much. Oh, sorry. Where have I got that from? Sorry, Nick.
I don't know.
My memory, this is what happens when I've been walking for a long time.
I know, it's like the brain cells drop out through the bottom of the feet, you joggle them down.
Yes, and that's happened to me so many times.
It's been nice chatting, and
thank you.
How many days are you going to take to get to Liverpool?
Well, bearing in mind what I've just said, I finished in John O'Groats last September, and then I had a 6-month winter break, and then straight on top of that there was another 3.5 months for the lockdown, so my legs have seized up basically.
I know the feeling.
And
when you get to our age, your legs need oiling.
So instead of doing the usual sort of 15 to 20 every day, as I was before when I was like super fit, I've put about a stone of weight on. My knees have gone a bit stiff, and so I'm just taking. I'm only doing 5 to sort of 7 miles a day, or just to build it up.
Just to build it up again,
and then get my speed back. Because I'm a fast walker. I'm walking very slow at the moment, but I'm enjoying it. It's very nice.
That's the thing. If you go too fast and you just concentrate on getting the miles in.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, just up there's some woods.
Yes, I know. I can see it from here.
Baby deer in there.
Oh, that's fabulous.
There were when I came this way, but there were when I came that way.
Yeah.
And you can just stand there and watch them forever. And a couple of heron fishing in the canal as well. It's lovely.
I've seen all kinds of birds and herons and stuff. You know, they seem to be posing for me, which is very nice.
They're from Yorkshire, of course they pose. I didn't say. I'm from Lancashire originally.
Oh, really? Oh, well, I'd be careful what you say then.
Yes, otherwise I'll get thrown in, won't I?
Yes, I mean, I do like Lancashire as well, to be honest with you. My daughter lives in Manchester with her grandchildren and stuff. I spend a lot of time over there, really. You know. But it's lovely to meet you, Nick. I've got it right.
You remembered it.
Yes. And the best of luck to you.
And the best of luck to you as well. Enjoy your walk.
Thank you very much.
Hope you get somewhere to stay tonight.
Oh, I've got my camper van with me. So I left it in Skipton this morning. Got a bus to Silsden, and now I'm just walking back. And that's what I'll do tomorrow to Gargrave. And,
absolutely perfect.
That's the way to work it out. On saying that, the weather forecast is like really grim tomorrow, so I'll be glad of a day's rest, to be honest.
Yeah. And you've got an excuse.
Absolutely. I can justify it.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Anytime.
It's 3:30 now, and I'm only about a mile away from Skipton Centre. I haven't really been saying much or interviewing many people because on my left hand side, all the way more or less, there's been a very busy main road, and it's a droning noise which really gets you down, to be honest. And I did try one or two interviews and just had to give it up because it was so noisy. So I'm sorry that this has maybe been a little bit bland today, and the weather's not been very nice, and I've been taking it nice and steady, but I've achieved what I wanted to achieve, and all I've got to do now is just get back into the Skipton Centre and get a bus back again to Silsden, and that shouldn't take too long. And as I say, I'm sorry, it's just nothing I can do about it whatsoever. And I think tomorrow I'm going to be rained off. I think there's no doubt whatsoever. It's starting to turn a bit grey now, and there's just a slight drizzle. It's not cold, it's quite warm actually. It's maybe 10-12 degrees, something like that. But it's been a nice walk. I can remember every inch of this from when we did the canal in 2017. That was on a narrowboat, and I think one of the other things that's missing from all of this is locks, because here, as I said to you once before, it goes 17.5 miles without locks. So it's and this is the oldest part of the canal, of the entire canal, and this was built in about 1770, which more or less ties up with the 5 rise locks, and this was running quite successfully without running all the way to Leeds, and with the textile industry and all the things that went on along here, and they made use of this particular piece of canal for maybe 50 years before the whole thing was finished. So, as I say, I'll be getting into Skipton soon and then getting a bus back.